Pull a can from your shelf. Any can. Soup, beans, tuna, it does not matter. Open it and listen. There is a hiss, a small sharp sound that lasts less than a second. That is air rushing in, the first air to touch the food inside since the day the can was sealed. Weeks ago, months, maybe years, nothing got in. No oxygen, no moisture, no bacteria. The food survived not because anything was added, but because everything was removed. But the container you are holding took almost 100 years to stop killing people. Glass that exploded. Tin that needed a hammer to open. Seals made of lead that poisoned entire expeditions. In 1795, the French government posted a prize, 12,000 francs for anyone who could preserve food for Napoleon's armies. A confectioner named Nicolas Appert won it by sealing cooked food in glass champagne bottles and boiling them. It worked. He had no idea why, but glass was fragile. Bottles shattered during transport exploded under pressure and weighed too much for soldiers to carry. In 1810, a British merchant named Peter Durand solved the breakage by replacing glass with tin-plated iron. The modern can. Lighter, stronger, nearly indestructible. One problem, there was no can opener. That would not be invented for another 48 years. Soldiers pried cans open with bayonets, rocks, and rifle fire. Field instructions from the British Army literally read cut round the top near the outer edge with a chisel and hammer. But the worst problem was invisible. Cans were sealed with lead solder. In 1845, the Franklin expedition set out to find the Northwest Passage. 129 men, 3 years of canned food supplies. None of them came back. When remains were found decades later, testing revealed extreme lead concentrations in hair and bones. The cans meant to keep them alive may have been poisoning them the entire journey. For a century, canning technology worked despite itself. Every fix introduced a new failure. A modern canning factory runs on the same core principle from 2 centuries ago. Kill what is inside, seal everything out. But every failure in the can's history has been engineered away. Raw food arrives and goes through preparation. Vegetables are washed, peeled, and blanched in hot water to stop enzyme activity. Meat is trimmed and pre-cooked. Fruit is sliced and packed in syrup. Each food type follows its own protocol. Then the filling line begins. Machines portion food into open steel cans, coated on the inside with a thin protective lining to prevent metal from reacting with the food. Liquid is added: brine for vegetable stock, for soup's oil for fish. Headspace is left at the top, a deliberate gap of air. That gap matters later. Next comes the step that finally solved the lead problem. The double seam. Developed in 1900, it eliminated solder entirely. A machine places a lid on the open can and feeds it through 2 rollers in sequence. The first roller curls the lid edge and the can body together. The second roller presses them flat into a tight continuous fold. 2 layers of metal interlocked with a rubber compound between them. No lead, no solder, no toxic seal. The join is hermetic. No air, no water, no microorganism can cross it. The sealed can enters a retort, a massive pressure vessel filled with steam at 15 pounds per square inch, raising temperature to between 116 and 130 degrees Celsius. Far above boiling. At that heat, the spores of Clostridium botulinum are destroyed. This organism produces botulism toxin, a poison so potent that a single gram could kill 1 million people. The retort holds temperature for a calculated time depending on can size and food density. Then cold water floods the chamber. As the can cools, steam trapped inside condenses. Liquid water takes up less space than vapor. A partial vacuum forms. That vacuum pulls the lid inward slightly, creating the familiar concave shape on every can you have ever bought. If the lid bulges, outward gas is building inside. Something survived. Do not eat it. But the strangest part is what the vacuum does to time. In 1974, researchers opened canned food recovered from the wreck of the Bertrand, a steamboat that sank in the Missouri River in 1865. The food was 109 years old. The appearance had degraded. The vitamin content had dropped, but there was no microbial growth. The food was still safe to eat. A century and 9 years at the bottom of a river, and not a single microorganism had breached the seal. The can did not preserve the food by adding anything. It preserved the food by keeping everything out. Here is where the story turns. For the first century of canning, from Appert's champagne bottles in 1809 to the double seam in 1900, nobody on earth knew why heat stopped food from spoiling. Not Appert, not Durand, not the armies eating millions of cans across 3 continents. It was not until 1864 that Pasteur proved microorganisms cause spoilage, and heat destroys them. 100 years of blind engineering. Every improvement came from watching what failed, not understanding what worked. And that changes what you notice the next time you open a can. Next time you pull the tab on a can, pause at the hiss. That sound is a vacuum breaking. When the can was sealed and heated, steam filled the headspace above the food. As it cooled, that steam condensed back into liquid, shrinking in volume, pulling the air pressure inside below the pressure outside. The sealed lid held. For weeks, months, years, the can sat under negative pressure, waiting. The hiss is the moment equilibrium returns. Air floods in. Pressure equalizes. The seal breaks for the first time since the day the can left the factory. No glass that shatters. No solder that poisons. No bayonet required. Just a tab, a hiss, and food that survived. 100 years of failures built the silence inside that can. The hiss is the sound of all of them finally solved. Glass, tin, lead, and steam. 100 years of getting it wrong before getting it right. That is what you hear in the fraction of a second before you eat. That's the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there's something you'd like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.